He has the bucket crane. He's got the dump trucks. He's got the loader.
Wow.
He's got the dozer. And they're all close to mint.
Wow.
He goes, just out of curiosity, what are these worth?
He's probably sitting on $6,000-7,000.
I told him thousands. They're worth thousands.
Yeah, he just found his kid's college fund.
College fund, hell. You just found your next new car.
Right.
No,
I think Chris is ready for something here.
Oh, he's been ready. Like
I've been ready, but
we're already live now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figure I clicked live.
I was sitting there being quiet, waiting. So,
we'll get conversations going. It's kind of like Kurt's. He just kind of sneaks it live, and
yeah.
What's up, chat?
What's up,
everybody?
Sorry it took so long. I had technical difficulties with my microphone, and these guys want to yap up.
Oh, we were waiting for your butt to say you were ready, and you didn't say
I was trying to, but y'all are like,
you can't say, okay, we're going live. Just say it.
All right, we're going live.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Yeah, that's why I was like, well, hell, I'll just do it live.
Yeah. Dork.
Yeah.
Crap.
Okay.
I suppose.
Chris, Ryan came back by the shop, dropped me off a whole box.
Nice.
Like, I'm talking about a box full of just snack cakes and all kinds of shit.
Yeah, he usually does on Saturdays with us, so.
It's fantastic.
Oh, I know, man. We get all kinds of like tasty cakes, the muffins, we get everything.
He brought me like 3 loaves of bread, 2 big boxes of muffins, all kinds of shit. Which is perfect.
You guys are making me hungry. Shut up.
Yeah, we're leaving for vacation on Friday, and I was like, well, we don't have to buy any travel snacks now.
Dennis, they have gluten in them. You can't have them. You're too old.
Yeah.
I'll eat whatever I want to eat.
Hey, you got to die some way. Might as well enjoy it.
I'll die happy with a fucking slice of pizza in my hand. I don't care.
That's right.
Quit talking about food.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Okay.
But it's off subject. All right. So tonight we are going to talk about builder's kits. I got a whole list of questions to ask tonight about the builder's kits and everything about it. So let's go ahead and start this thing. So first question is, what is a build kit?
Oh, kit that you build.
Basically, a kit that comes in bags of parts.
Yeah, it could be a Tamiya kit. Could be a D3 racing kit. Could be axial. Could be anything.
This is a kit.
In a nutshell, it's any RC that comes in a box that is unassembled that is in numerous bags.
All right, there you go. Now, Brent kind of got into the second there. What type of build kits are there?
Basically, just about every manufacturer has some kind of a build kit, but the most common one known would be the Tamiya kits. And honestly, if somebody's looking at a first kit to build, Tamiya is a good place to start because the instructions are actually very good, and the cars that you get out of them are actually pretty capable.
Yeah, I think Tamiya, Tomato, whatever.
Radio Shack.
Radio Shack. That was my first kind of build.
But you got different genres as well. You got drift, on-road, off-road, buggy, truggy, short course.
You got boats, planes.
Crawlers. All depends on what you want to get into.
It depends on what you like.
Yep.
If you like airplanes, they have all kinds of stuff for the air.
Oh, yeah.
If you like water, they've got all kinds of different boats and air boats and, on road, they've got cars, trucks. Same thing off road, cars, trucks, all that.
Buggies, truggies, all the fun stuff.
What's going on, Eric? Hope your dad's doing okay.
Yeah.
And the thing is about Tamiya's is they're actually built pretty strong for the most part. I mean, they've had a few bad ones that I've seen people
Oh yeah.
trying to deal with, but overall, their kits are actually really good.
They
Parts
take
of
more of
them
a
are actually
beating
pretty
than people
decent.
think.
Yeah.
There's actually a pretty good upgrade market for them.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Yep. Okay. So. All right. So.
Next question.
Next question coming up. Number 3. Is an RC kit build kit cheaper than an RTR?
Now that can be misleading.
Yeah, I know it can be.
The kit itself can be cheaper than an RTR, but you don't have the electronics, you don't have a body normally, you don't have wheels and tires, so you have to figure all that in.
That also depends too.
It depends on the kit, yes.
You know, you walk into a hobby shop and buy a 2-wheel drive Traxxas Slash for $250, $300, but you can get the builder's kit for the 2-wheel drive Slash for $199. Comes with the 550T motor, comes with the ESC, the servo, and the body, and the radio. So basically, you're building your own RTR. But then on the other end of that spectrum, as we were talking about before we went live, you've got chassis that basically you get the kit and all you've got is a roller when you're done.
Slider even.
There's nothing else there. You don't have a motor, an ESC, a body, a remote, nothing. It's just the parts.
Well,
So
it really depends on what type of kit you're buying.
Yeah.
If it's going to be cheaper than an RTR, or if it's going to be like 3 times the amount.
Yeah.
You know,
Like the
between
DR10
buying all the electronics, because a lot of kits don't come with everything.
Yep.
Meaning,
like if you go drag racing and
suspension.
do a DR10, then you're looking at almost double or a little over double the cost going a kit than RTR.
now here's a prime example. Okay. And this isn't pointed out to anybody. This is just conversation for the stream. If you want to build, say, a crawler, and you want to buy a kit, there are some kits that give you partial, but then have to turn around and keep buying more of their product to finish building it into just a chassis where you can hang suspension and motor in it. Then there's other kits that provide everything but, where you have to buy your hardware. You have to buy your whole drive line. You have to buy all your electronics. And some are only just 2 frame rails. And you have to spend even more. So you can spend anywhere from $90 to $500 to build a custom chassis and still not have it in a roller.
you could spend over $1,000.
Yeah.
Well, that's certain people can spend thousands. I built mine on a budget, and my budget only allowed me under $1,000, and it's competitive with the $2,000 and $3,000 builds. You just have to want to know where you want to build from.
I'm gonna interject this. Okay, and this pretty much applies to anything RC. Okay, it doesn't matter if you're flying, floating, or driving.
Research,
figure out exactly what you want it to do, and then build to that. Okay, we've got, there's a lot of on the Facebook and different RC groups and stuff like that, where people will go out and they'll buy a Fortec, which is a pan car, never meant to drift, and then try to make it a drift car. I'm
Mhm.
sorry, it's not going to work.
No.
Okay, it was never designed to do that. You're shooting yourself in the foot. The same thing would go for, say, trying to take a four-wheel drive Slash and turn it into a crawler. Good luck.
I know someone who did that though, and it actually worked pretty good.
It can be done, but it's costly.
Oh yeah.
So again, build to what you want it to do.
Yep.
Research before you buy.
Yep.
Because if you buy the wrong thing, like, you're shooting yourself in the foot. Literally.
Yep.
You're going to end up spending more money and more money and more money to eventually get to where you want to be.
Yeah.
Yep.
And just a little pointer. Don't look at somebody else's build and build it like theirs, because
You won't like it.
it's not going to work for you.
Yep. Everyone drives.
Everybody drives
for that
different.
person specifically.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there's certain parts that no matter, you'll see are a commonality. My favorite saying is, if it's got a bearing in it, make it metal. And so those upgrades are never a waste. It doesn't matter what you want it to do. If it's got a bearing in it, it needs to be surrounded by metal. And that's, that's how I approach it.
All right.
Well,
So-
that really depends, though. It all depends on what that build is going to be used as.
Right. But even on my drift car, where there's bearings, there's metal. It's just bearings twist in plastic. They can get off kilter. They can cause bind. It's just better that they're right.
But see, that's where
such a good
a lot
idea
of people
for
get
bearing, and we'd be having plastic hubs on our cars,
right. But
real cars.
there's a lot of people that also get the misconception when they decide to build something from a kit that they add all these aluminum pieces. Well, you need a breaking point. You need a weak point. All you're going to do is go broke by putting all this aluminum upgrades on there, and it's a chain reaction. You can lose one whole corner of the car by hitting a corner.
I did with this
and
one.
You can take out,
Working on right now.
we'll say, the whole passenger side, upper and lower control arm. It'll take out the lower bulkhead. It'll take out part of the front of the chassis, because a lot of them, the lower bulkhead is part of the lower chassis. And, it's just a chain reaction. It turns into a money pit when you do that.
Oh yeah.
So you need to have a weak point behind the metal.
Plus,
Right.
depending on what you're trying to run it for, it can add too much weight that you're not taking it into consideration as well. So
Correct.
you might not meet your expectations in that respect as well.
Now, I will say, if you're building for speed, you want to get rid of as much flex in the suspension as you can. So it's a trade-off. Yeah, you're gonna bend aluminum like crazy if you crash. But on the flip side of that, the only way that tune is going to stay true is if there's no flex.
Yeah.
So.
Mhm.
Next question, Chris.
Next question. All right. Question number 4. What is the time frame on a build kit?
Time flame.
Sorry, I spelled it wrong.
Time
All right.
as far as building one?
Yeah, as far as building one.
That depends on you and
I
your.
built my D5MR in 3 hours.
Yeah.
But
It depends on your ability and your attention.
Yeah, and it also depends on what you're building. Like if you're building a TLR race buggy, you're not going to go into fine detail like I am on my semi trucks.
right.
Yeah. Fuck
So-
that TLR buggy, though. I'm in the middle of building one of those right now.
Which one is it?
It's the
5.0?
new 8. What is it? The 8 Elite.
Oh, yeah, have fun with that.
Now, like this truck right here behind me, That's the Cross RC SU4C. I took my time on building that. That took me over 2 months.
Kyle!
Yeah, it's gonna depend on the amount of detail you want to put in, what you're building it to do, the complexity of the kit.
If it's your first build, if you've
build.
ever been, if you've torn down to do repairs, are you confident with yourself enough to go from start to finish?
Yeah. My last
so
kit was an SCX10.
Build time is kind of a trick question. It could take 3 days. It could take 3 years.
Yeah. What was that, Josh?
What did you say?
My last kit was a SCX10 too, and it took me about an hour and a half to get it all together.
Right.
Yeah, that's the chassis. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's,
I already had the body already painted. That took about 3 hours to paint the body and do all that. But
yeah.
the kit itself was together in about an hour and a half.
Yeah. Yeah, it all depends on the person and what the kit is, really. So
This is going on 2 years.
I'm going to need you to pull that closer to the camera, sir.
Can't do that.
That thing looked cool.
It's just like my truck, man.
Yeah, it's the Cross RC C6.
Oh, cool.
Dennis has one he's been working on for years, and he's put so much into it, so much blood, sweat, tears, and aggravation, he won't ever run it.
Oh no! Everything that I build, I've driven so far. That's the only thing that's not been touched.
Only on the sidewalk doesn't count.
That's another word of caution I have.
No, Brett. I've driven everything outside.
I said sidewalk.
On your driveway.
No.
Sidewalk doesn't count.
Everything has been dirty. Everything has had a scratch except for the latest build, because I need to keep that as tip top as possible
right
till
now,
December.
yes, you do.
Yeah.
I know why.
Yes.
For the build up.
It's got to be. Yeah.
I can still razz you about it, though.
Yeah. But
yeah.
Like this truck, I still have to tear it all apart, do all the paint work to it, hydro dip it, clear it, and then put it all back together with all the bits and pieces as far as the scale details that come with the kit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it took me about a month to do mine, but I was taking my time on it. I did piece by piece for about an hour to 2 hours, and then did it like that.
So like me with the semi kits, I can build one of the chassis in about 45 minutes.
Oh, it's 2 sticks.
Yeah, but then you're going to spend 8 months to a year getting all the details and the cab and the chrome. And
yeah, I'm still working on the Night Hauler, my main gray and black one. So that I've been building for 3 years now.
Yeah.
So right now I'm just concentrating on the stretch truck so I can get the sleeper finished up, which I'm working on. And
What's up, Guru?
You're a dick, Chris.
Then get that thing running. All right, child.
I'm sorry.
Spit it out. It's not yours.
Then I keep fucking around.
Oh, hold on. Let me make him feel bad real quick.
Does that surprise me at all?
Remember this?
Yeah.
You know you want
God,
it.
I'm gonna smack you. Hey, the thing is, don't forget, those have got to go with that body.
I told you I got it ready to ship.
They're the right size for the thing.
I'm waiting on you to let me know before it goes on eBay for $400.
Well, like I said, I just got to find out from my son, and I've sent him the message. I'm just waiting for an answer.
Yeah, it's not going anywhere till I hear back from you. But I got to mess with you every week. I got to mess with you till you get it.
I know.
Yeah. All right. Question number 5. What should you look for when buying a kit?
Naked women?
Well, if the kit comes with naked women, Might be a broke man.
I was gonna say I haven't found that kit at the distributors yet. I need to get that in the shop.
Yeah.
Right?
What
Again,
kit?
it's going to boil down to what you want it to do.
I'm gonna say first thing depends on what you
That's
want. Find
number
out what
one.
you want to do first.
And then is the price.
Parts availability
Exactly.
is the main thing.
Not necessarily the price. It's like Dennis said, parts availability and the quality of the kit. All right. I'll gladly spend $1,000 per kit if I don't ever have to replace anything because it's crap plastic.
Wait, back up.
No.
What do you mean money's not the issue? What you my pocket's not as deep as yours, and I can't afford $1,000 kit.
Well, again, that comes in at number 3. Guru,
No, that should
not
come in
number
at
2.
2.
All right, number 2 is you want the best kit you can get. Number 3 is the best kit you can get for your money.
No,
And
because-
last is before you even start.
I gotta disagree with you right there, because if I'm on a budget, which a lot of us are, if I can only spend say $250, I gotta look in the 200 price range, because if I get a kit, I still gotta get the receiver, I still gotta get the transmitter, I still gotta get a motor,
Mhm.
I still
You're
gotta
right.
get ESP.
And
So
what I'm
hold
assuming.
on. Let me finish. So price has got to be up. Money's got to be up there, number one. Now, if you have unlimited fundage, then price is no option. Then you go for what you go. But the most of us live on a budget.
I still say
I'm
first
assuming that the
figure out what
budget
you
has been
want.
decided before you entered even into looking for the kit.
No, because a lot of people want to do kits, so they know how to. They want to learn how to break it down, put it back together. If something breaks, that's the best way to do is get a kit instead of getting an RTR. Get a kit so you know how to fix it. If you know how to fix it, it can save you some money.
Yeah, but like I said, first figure out what you want. If you want a race buggy, a crawler, whatever, then you go for the budget
Yep.
to figure out what you can afford with what you have to get still to finish off the kit, depending on what it is.
And
Like a semi truck.
exactly.
The
If
motor,
somebody's
but
gonna,
too
you're
fast.
talking about parts availability. First of all, if you put a kit out there and it doesn't have parts availability, that's not gonna sell. That's just common sense right there.
Unless you know it's a new release and the stuff is on its way.
Right,
That's
but
the
there
only
are
reason
some kits
I
that
don't
have been
want to
sitting on a shelf that weren't big sellers, and there's just no support for parts.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I'm
but
seeing more
all right, when we're talking
availability.
about kits, usually when we say kits, we're talking about cross, we're talking about axial, we're talking about Tamiya, tomato, whatever the hell you want to call it. There's very few people out there that are going to put a kit out there with not ultra parts availability.
I know.
Right, but like I said, there could be a kit that sat on a shelf for 2 years.
Yeah, true.
And they
now
stopped making parts
there's
for it.
no support for it because
It didn't sell.
it wasn't a great seller for them.
That's one thing. I'm talking about like for some of the race kits, when people start doing them, they'll set out the kit and there's no parts right off the bat to get, but they
Right.
are on the way.
The S64 from 3 Racing right now is a prime example.
Exactly. Or
It's
the
so new
Cirrus
that
or whatever. The other one they're doing as well.
I'm
they
on
put
by.
the MRS and the front wheel drive version of the S64.
And they got one other that they put out too. I can't remember the name of it.
It starts with a C.
Yeah, Cirrus or Cerberus or something like that.
Yeah.
That's another one, new kit. Parts will be available very soon for it.
Or then you can be like a lot of us and just make your own damn parts.
I wish I could do that, but I can't.
Yeah.
You can. You just got to do it enough to get good at it.
Exactly.
Well, my hands aren't letting me do it anymore.
There's robotic hands out there. All that is excuse.
That's such an excuse. You got
All
to.
right. Yeah, you can help out with the money for that part then.
So,
Right.
RC athletes, real quick, what do you need? Because I've got 2 original OG SCX10 kits that just sit on the shelf.
I just need him to email me or text me his address so I can send him the axle housings I have.
Yeah, I've got
I
2
was
sets
gonna
of those.
say it's
I've got a
probably
full set of
axles.
light switch axles for those things that I literally are just sitting in the bottom of a box.
I've got 3 complete axle housings, nothing inside, All he's got to do is send me an address, and I'm sending them to him. But I'm just waiting for Lyle.
You said you have the OG axles in Vanquish?
Yeah, like they're all complete. Everything inside is Vanquish.
Really?
There you
And
go,
you can't get
Lyle.
any parts anymore for them. But yeah, I've got one set that I got from Drew from the ditch that he had on one of his, and they're just sitting.
What
There
kind
you
of
go,
gears,
Lyle.
Lyle? It all depends on what it is.
Probably transmission gears.
No shit, Sherlock. What size?
The gears
Red one.
inside the transmission.
Yeah, inside. I'd have to pull mine apart to show you.
A lot of gears.
Y'all are killing me. I'm glad I got on.
Well,
No, I had to get on because my dad's in the hospital, so I had to redirect negative energy out the door and bring in good energy. That's why I'm on. So
All right, so
And then I've got all the Vanquish axle shafts and CVD, everything for them, front and rear. They're overdriven, underdriven.
those are comp axles.
I got a
I was
trans.
debating on building a puller with them because I don't. Where we crawl, I've used the AR-44s and AR-45s, but
Right.
Yeah.
no, I tell you what. When I got back into RCs a couple years back, I didn't have anything. I had nothing. I had nothing. When my first truck that I bought to see if I wanted to get back into it was a cheap old OCM 9125. I still got it. It's a beast. But then somebody said, get a kit. I'm like, a kit? What the fuck is a kit? Oh, damn. Kit's worse than a 3D print. It's very addicting because you can do anything you want to it.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's the other nice thing about kits
Oh,
is that
no, he needs diff
you
gear.
get the basic parts, but you're not buying, especially one that doesn't have the electronics. But you can go directly to what you want. There is no got to buy this and have to take this motor out, and do that. You put in what you want from the get-go, and
I did a quick Google search on those. But the diff gears are readily available on Amazon and eBay.
Yeah,
Even
but
though, like, viral-
wait, hold up. He's in Canada.
He's in Canada.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's in Canada.
There's one part I got. I know I've got others. I just grabbed this one off a shelf. So,
Okay.
Because I know if I ship to Canada, no matter what size it is, it's automatically $17 already.
exactly.
Yeah. All right. So y'all ready for the next question?
Yep.
go for it.
All right, going for it. Number 6. What tools do you need?
There you go.
Well,
You want the full
this is
list?
going to be part one of many, right?
You need
Yeah.
a room, okay? You need a room, and you need a door lock on the door, and a
You need to
workbench.
buy a stand mixer for your
3
wife so
workbenches,
she's in
'cause
there
2 of them
baking,
will be
leaving you
covered in
alone.
3 workbenches, because 2 of them will be covered in parts.
Yes.
Yes.
A mini fridge.
Mini fridge, microwave.
At least a 4-foot table.
You'll need hex drivers from 1.5 millimeter up to 3.
No TV
Preferably
trays.
some sort of battery operated screwdriver that has hex bits in those same sizes.
A 5 and 7 millimeter socket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you right now, this is the best thing in my life right here for working on
Shop
good
pliers.
flush cutters.
If you're building a raised chassis or a drift chassis, something like that, you'll need ball end pliers because you're going to be constantly popping them things off to do something.
Yep. Snap ring pliers.
Snap ring pliers because you don't want to be chasing them little fuckers clear across the room all the damn time. Ask me how I know.
Extra no matter what.
But most important, what Lyle just mentioned, make sure that they're quality, get the good ones instead of having to buy over and over and over.
Yes.
You
Get
get
a
the good
quality
ones.
set of drivers. Absolutely.
Buy once, cry once.
Exactly.
I
Yeah,
have a
soldering iron. You definitely need a soldering iron.
60 volt or 60 amp at least.
Yeah.
60 watt.
Yeah, that's it. 60 watt. I get my watts, volts, and amps mixed up
I
all
was
the
gonna
time.
say 60 volt, and you'll be welding that shit together.
Hey, that's right. I don't want that shit coming apart.
Hello, John.
Uh,
you're gonna need
Believe me, if I could MIG weld the freaking wires from the ESC to the freaking motor, you're damn straight.
And believe it or not, a Dremel with the good sanding drums on them aren't a bad thing to have for touching up bodies for the wheel
Oh,
Yes.
arches.
Yeah.
I got 2 Dremels as well. Yeah, those
Yeah.
things
Yeah.
come in handy
You
with
only
wheel
have 2?
wells and trim and shit.
yeah.
Oh,
Cordless
and
and corded. And if you can get the Dremel workstation for when you really start getting serious, to where like you can making parts and stuff like that, the Dremel workstation comes in real handy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
3D printer.
press.
If you're doing real custom stuff, you want a 3D printer if you can afford that, because that will come in handy.
You can afford it because it's if you can afford $200 and roughly. I started off with an Ender 3. I upgraded it. I went from having just 2 rolls of PLA. Now I'm up to. I just got in 6 rolls today, so I'm up to 22 now.
I sold my 3D printer.
And just so everybody knows, when he first started 3D printing, he had a full head of hair.
No, this is right. I had
Hey,
no
is that what
gray.
happened to me?
Well, you don't count.
Hey,
Now, there is one tool y'all did not mention.
A BFH.
What, you?
yeah.
Big freaking hammer.
One of the things I highly recommend is a digital caliper.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
hadn't gotten there.
You ain't got there?
No,
Harbor Freight,
I
baby.
hadn't gotten over to
Nah.
grab mine.
Hell,
You
I
don't
picked
need
it up
that.
for $20 off Amazon.
Same one I got. Harbor Freight, Pittsburgh.
Yep, Pittsburgh.
You don't need that.
Yeah, you do. Because when you're putting links and rods together and stuff, you need to know that exact size measurement for it.
You don't need the digitally. You got one here. That's all you need.
What do you got? What do you got? What's that? Man,
Standard
that's
plastic.
old school.
That's
That's like
old
Dennis.
school.
That's
Get
like
with
Dennis
the- I'm with
school
the
right there.
new age.
You
Man,
want old school. You
look,
want
look,
old school.
look. Digital, man. Digital.
I have digital.
Coming to the 19th century, bro.
Oh,
You don't even have to come to the 20th. Just the 19th. It's
Right.
digital.
oh, here's another
I
thing
got digital.
right here. A 1, 2, 3 block. I have 2 of them. They come in very handy, especially if you're trying to straighten up an edge or something. Yeah, I love these things.
No, you want old school. Here's old school.
Oh shit. We didn't say
Yeah.
prehistoric.
Damn.
We
That's
didn't
old
say
school.
prehistoric.
These were my dad's.
That one looks
That's-
like you picked up
Those are
fucking
from the
blocks of ice with
1800s.
it.
That's
Is what he's
19th century navigating by the stars shit right there.
Yeah,
It
if
still
that's from
works.
his dad, that's got to be early 1800s at least.
All right, that should
No,
be in the
that's prehistoric right there.
that should be in the museum along with Dennis.
Oh,
Oh shit.
oh.
Damn.
Chris needs a digital calipers just so he knows what the numbers look like.
He actually uses that to measure something else. He just ain't gonna tell me.
Wow.
No, that's it.
Sorry, that only goes up to 6 inches. I need a little bit more.
I'm not negative.
That's what this is for.
Hey, we ain't going through this again.
So in other words, using something this isn't good to measure.
What the hell is that?
About that big?
That's
You know?
giving him too much credit, Dennis.
That big?
Too much credit.
And this went sideways real quick.
Sideways.
There you go, Chris. There.
Oh,
Shit,
that's still too big.
And he still gets nothing but air.
I was gonna say for Chris, that's still like throwing a hot dog down a hallway.
Hey Chris, I got some 2x4s you can strap to your ass in the shed.
Oh, bright red. I love it.
Oh,
Next
Next
I need a new
question,
sticker
Chris.
one.
Yeah, what's your
There's
next
another
question, Chris?
tool there's another tool that you didn't bring up.
What's that?
Vice grips.
Simple
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 green.
green. Yeah. Especially if you're running nitro motors.
Yep. All right. Next question is: should you use power tools?
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
The more,
Yes.
more power.
With adult supervision.
Don't super-
Oh, the hell with adult supervision. If I cut my leg off, I just walk it off. What are you talking about?
Oh no, that
Yeah,
was just for
athletes
Chris's
is also
benefit.
correct. If you're going water, you definitely need a tube of marine grease.
Or
It's not a tool, but it's absolutely needed.
or
That
red
works.
and tacky.
That's the grease and stuff. I call that more supplies. Green slime, black RC grease, Lucas red and tacky, marine grease. Whatever
Hang on.
floats your boat and fits your application. But
That's question number 8. What oil, grease, glue, and thread lock should you use?
It all depends
Right
on what you're
stuff.
building.
depends.
Yeah, it depends on what you're building.
Yep, the right
Is-
stuff for what you're building.
Because a
If
lot
it's
of people
something you think you might have to take apart again, blue.
Yep.
If it's something you don't want to ever come apart, red
Red.
Or green.
or green.
I use red on everything.
Because to get that stuff apart, it'll take a welding torch, 3 guys,
Yeah.
and a hammer drill,
Green
And an
is for
S-sword.
industrial and
what are you building? The
and a
Titanic?
BFH.
the green is for industrial and firearms.
All right,
So
and the red is what?
Adjust it.
The red is fuck you, I'm not coming off.
The red is for hammers.
Yeah.
Oh, these two.
The red is you want to die trying to get that damn screw out, because you'll be 90 years old and on your deathbed before it finally turns a quarter of an inch.
Or you'll stress so much you'll have a heart attack.
You hear that, Dennis? You
now-
put some hair on top of your head and that thread lock, and it won't go anywhere.
I have found one other thing that I actually have bought extra because to keep in the RC bag, and that is Lucas gun oil.
Yep.
Okay, Lucas gun oil is the best freaking stuff since CLP as far as guns go. But when it comes to RCs, you need to lube a bearing because it's starting to bind or whatever. That stuff will free up just about anything if you give it about 30 minutes.
There you go.
Well, I got this stuff called, it's the same thing. It's called Breakthrough. That's what I use. It came in some gun cleaning kit that I got.
No, this is Lucas gun oil. It's
I know,
like
but
a
I use
3-in-1 oil, but
that came with a
synthetic.
gun kit. It works just fine. But yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Let's see. I don't need
And
that.
But
Yeah.
You
if
can
you
even-
plan on doing a lot of racing and you're building something that you race weekly, do not use Loctite because all the in and out, you will start eventually losing thread.
And talk about type of glue. What type of glue should you use? Super glue
Gorilla
CA
glue.
and what's glue?
Now, guys, I got a bit of an off-topic question real quick.
All right, what?
I'm manually cycling my servo.
Don't do
my
that.
ESC, without the battery hooked up, is lighting up. Should I
Yeah,
be
my-
concerned?
It
No,
will.
you don't have to be concerned with that, but don't do that because it's bad for the servo.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I had to fix the steering link, so I was just checking it.
No excuses.
It's a $28 servo off of Amazon.
All I hear is excuses. Don't do it.
You better order another one because that one's no good now.
Probably.
Yeah, I killed a Reef
got like
500
three of
by
them at the
cycling
house.
it manually too many times.
I got 3 of them at the house. So, yeah, like I said, they're $28 a piece. I ordered a pack of 3.
Speaking of servos, this may go back to I don't know if y'all covered this or not, but if you're building a kit,
Yeah.
reduce your endpoints down to like 25% so you don't destroy a servo like my dumbass did.
Correct.
Yeah.
And I knew better.
That's anything
but I
OC.
was so excited to get the servo go out crawling. I didn't send my endpoints. Snap.
Yeah. That's anything RC. You always turn your endpoints down and then adjust out until things stop moving as far as RC cars.
and then draw it back until they start to move again.
Exactly. Took the words right out of my mouth.
Swampers, I prefer them thick as well.
I like them thick all the time.
Yeah,
That's medium.
that's medium.
Medium.
Well, as far as the glue goes, I think it really depends on what you're using it for.
Yeah, it does. Because
If you're using it for tires, then, you know, if you prefer to use the gap filling tire glue, then, and don't want to touch your tires for a couple hours,
Yeah.
then go with that. If not, then you just use the real thin stuff.
Yeah,
It comes with a little applicator, and it'll just wick its way all the way around.
Or do the smart thing and just use beadlocks.
Can't always do that though.
Yeah. So what about like?
So just a quick side note, because he brought up beadlocks. I know I showed you guys the Reefs beadlocks last week.
Yes.
I took the drag car out. Fucking tire popped out of the beadlock, and I ruined one of my Reefs wheels.
Wow. That was a hard launch if you pulled a tire out of a beadlock.
Yeah, out of a CNC aluminum beadlock.
No doubt.
It was, it destroyed the outside lip of that wheel.
And now, going back to this thing here, oil and grease, those also depend on what you're doing. If you're racing or crawling, you'll have two different complete setups.
Yep.
For shocks, differentials, everything.
Yep.
Yeah. So for Guru's question down there, the same glue for tires and bodies. So I personally use different glue, like on tires and bodies. I'll use the CA glue on tires and different glue on the bodies, depending on what I'm doing to the body.
Coming from the RC aircraft world, it's called canopy glue. It's a white glue. It's slow drying.
Yep.
Right. As far as RC, if you want it to be clear for paint, not have to worry about the paint showing through the glue, it is the stuff to use. It's called canopy glue. You can get it through your, online, but it dries absolutely clear. You can paint behind it. It looks just fine. It looks like Lexan when it dries. It is actually, it takes freaking forever to dry, but when it's dry, it does not come apart.
Clear fingernail polish does the same thing.
Yeah.
Well, it also depends on what type
the
of body it is. If it's Lexan, if it's an ABS plastic, if it's a styrene body.
Exactly. But for Lexan body, that is the shit.
Yeah. I've seen guys here do that. I haven't messed with it myself.
Like all the hard bodies that I've put together, I've used the plastic weld.
Yeah.
It melts the plastic together.
Yeah,
It works really good.
Yeah, plastic weld is
3D printed like bodies, you can do an acetone weld.
That stuff right there.
Shit is amazing.
Yeah.
I've been through a couple bottles of that already.
I got a bottle of that. I bought it for the HC6. I never used it. I decided to use CA glue.
Well, plastic weld, I use a lot of plastic weld when I'm building with either Kydex or styrene. Because that's one glue I can stick. Because it's hard to find a glue that will bring two different materials together, mostly different plastics, like ABS and PLA, or for Kydex and PLA for that matter. It takes a certain type of glue to make sure it sticks and it doesn't turn white.
Swampers brought up another good one, rubberized CA for tires. That's
That's good
I
stuff.
would agree with that too.
What's
I
up,
tried
Carl?
that and I ripped them off on my bomber.
But
I
it's
ripped,
still
I ripped
flex
them
and it
off.
won't pull off the bead as easy.
Crawler said that he uses hot glue gun. I do too, especially the color black to hide wires.
Yep.
That's a good idea.
It's amazing.
And while we're talking about solvents and stuff, if I know this is quite off topic or a little bit, but if you are painting a body and you mess it up, Tamiya body cleaner will completely get the paint off, and it leaves the Lexan completely clear. No
If you can
cloudiness.
get it
no
right
grease.
now.
Really?
I
Hey,
can't.
it's readily available. Amazon for
Every
$18
place
a
I go
bottle.
to is on back order.
Go to
I know
Amazon.
people use nitro fuel.
$8 a bottle all day.
Yeah, then it was going to be delivered in 2 months.
Oh, I ordered a bottle of it and it got here in 3 days.
Yeah, I need one because I need to fix a body on film for a raffle. So
Oh, okay.
It's hard to get things in the desert.
I thought you were going to show like the bottles. I was like, all right, let me highlight you real quick.
Oh, no, I dropped my vape.
Oh, that's not about the topic, you know.
No, I'm sorry.
Yes, it has some fluid in there, but you know.
Hey, man, I've been drinking beer for like the last 3 hours. You got to bear with me.
Man, this ain't a drinking show. We already have one guy come in here thinking this is a drinking show.
I didn't say it was a drinking show. I just said I've been drinking.
you got a point. Has a point.
Eric knows all about that.
Oh yes, because I was sitting here. I was like, oh well, hell no, I'm getting on. I'm trying to catch up. I've been in the hospital all day long, so I'm catching up.
Oh, damn, man. For
I
you or
was,
somebody else, you all good?
Dad,
I was sitting getting chemo all day.
Oh, that's fun.
Oh yeah, that's why I got the party
Oh,
ball.
you got the Dennis pack. That's what
Yeah.
Dennis carries with him.
Yeah,
I bet that thing's full of goodies.
it's got
Hard
48
candy.
hours, 48 hours worth of meds under pressurized bulb.
All right, Chris.
Next question.
Tank,
What's up, Tank?
Hey guys.
Hey, Tank.
what's your next
Hey,
question?
Tank.
All right, next question.
How crooked is Chris's head? Very.
Oh,
There.
When you get your kid, what are 3 things you should do before you start the build? Read
Open
through
the
the whole
box.
freaking book.
RCF. Read the
Open the box.
fucking manual.
Yep.
And then
All
bang your
the
head
way
against the
through,
wall
front to
because
back,
it's going to be
from
fun.
step 1 to the last step. That way, you kind of have a familiarity with it.
Chris, chat.
Then do a parts inventory.
yeah.
Don't take. We got issues.
We
in
got a
chat.
bunch of
Take care
spam in
them.
the chat.
I'm trying to get it.
Second thing is go through your parts. Make sure you got all the parts you're supposed to have.
That's
Sometimes they make mistakes. And the sooner you find it, and the sooner you tell them about it, the sooner you can build it.
Yep. That was the 2 things I was thinking about when I came up with that question.
And I'm going to add one more to that,
Go ahead.
because it's actually 3.
All right, good.
If it's shipped to you by a UPS, FedEx, DHL, or anything, take pictures of everything from the minute you get the box till you take the last thing out of it.
Yep.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I count what he said as the first 2 steps as 1. Read the book, check all the parts.
And
Then,
don't
like
open
you
up
said,
all
if
the
you get it
packages.
shipped, get that taken care of.
Open
document
one
all that.
package at a time.
Huh?
Damn, I lost my body clips.
What'd you say, Eric?
I said, don't open up all the bags.
No, I didn't say open the bag.
No. I've known some people open up all the
Oh,
bags
yeah.
and they can't find
Leave
shit.
everything in the bags. They're see-through. They're see-through for a reason.
Exactly.
Don't mix parts up. Otherwise, you're going to have a heck of a time.
Yep. But
You'll
my
still be
second,
building 3 years later because you're having to measure everything with calipers.
the second step for me is clear your area you're going to work in.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry about that.
I don't worry about that.
I do.
Every time I do a build, I have these. I have a.
Take it, Dennis, to see my workbench at home. They know I don't worry about that.
I put mine on a sheet tray, have magnets on it on the bottom,
Yeah.
so that way, when I do a build, when I drop a screw, it'll drop right in that on basically just a cookie sheet with magnets on the bottom.
Yeah.
I've got
And
a
that works.
pit mat type deal, but it's a hard plastic bit that's got high edges and pockets to put stuff in.
What I will say is, yeah, to have a dedicated space, do what you got to do to make it a dedicated space, at least for the length of the build, because you don't want your 5-year-old getting up there to do something, and then next thing you know, you're missing spacers and screws and
Your brain.
because
Your brain. Yeah.
Or you're missing the build that we're working on.
Yeah.
There's an easy way to take care of that, and it's just to not have kids.
Or
Some of
have them
us-
old enough and be out of the house already.
Some of us didn't know what caused that at first, so we kind of ended up with the kids.
I didn't have time back
Some
then.
of us like doing it for practice for fun, so it's an end product.
All right, Dennis, I fixed it. So if I run across freaking Kurt tomorrow,
That's your fault.
I can put his little buggy to shame.
But at least he won't be like Kurt.
I know we already passed this question, but I was opening my bag and I just found something else. So another thing that is really nice to have if you're building like a buggy or something like that for racing, tire glue bands.
Yes.
Those
Yeah.
are helpful.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you don't have tire glue bands, rubber bands, duct tape, whatever you have handy that'll squeeze.
Oh, scrunchie.
Small bungee cords.
Your wife's hands,
I've used scrunchie.
I've done that.
The wife's hands. I've used rubber bands. I've used a belt.
Kids' hands. Hey, Kurt, there he is.
You said my name too many times.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, it's
Oh,
kind of like Beetlejuice. You know, you say his
Hey.
name 3 times.
I fixed it. Where you gonna be at tomorrow, Kurt? I'll stop. I fixed it.
We said, Kurt, and here he is.
I don't know, man. He's a little uglier than Beetlejuice.
Oh,
Oh,
Wow.
shots fired.
shots are fired.
Hi, Kurt. It's nice to meet
That was
you.
a direct hit.
He hasn't been in the chat but twice, or in the stream
I
but
know,
twice.
he's already
Look at
talking
him.
shit.
Holy fuck!
Voodoo. We have incoming hostiles.
Yeah, Brandon. Zip ties definitely work for gluing tires as well.
Yeah. Anything that'll squeeze them down.
Just gotta make sure you cut carefully when you take them off.
You go to the grocery store, you buy a thing of broccoli or a thing of celery. It's got the rubber bands on it. Don't
Save
throw the
them.
rubber band away.
Them are
Those
great.
work real well.
Drift tire bands work really good too.
Yeah, but some of the drift tire ones won't fit on a 2.2 buggy wheel.
Yeah, that's true. But for smaller, like 110 on-road
That's what
tires, they will.
Vaseline is for, to
Yeah.
get big things into small spaces.
And if anybody out there is getting into RCs, like I did a few years ago, Harbor Freight is your best friend.
For some
And believe
things.
it or not, they're actually pretty decent tools. They'll last a good while.
Yep.
And they have
Do
warranties on them. So if you do break one, 9 times out of 10, they're hand tools they'll replace.
Yep.
Yep,
Do
right in the
not
store.
get the
You don't have to send them
rechargeable-
off for nothing.
Yeah,
So
do not get the rechargeable Dremel at all, though. That thing is
So-
Yeah,
Well, no, well, see, certain tools I'm going to buy name brand, and Dremel I'm buying name brand. Sorry about that, but
hand tools, Harbor Freight, all
yeah,
day
hand
long.
tools Harbor Freight.
my
So Guru had a good question. Guru had a good question there in the chat. If you have a kit and you need to extend the links, what is the best way to extend the links?
get the right ones.
I mean, yeah, I really haven't ran into that. Every kit that I've got, they have always put the correct size links in. So,
You
I mean,
can
unless
go
you're doing
longer.
custom stuff,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can go to the hardware store and get the threaded
All
bolts
All
that are
thread,
longer,
yeah, you
all
get all
thread,
thread, that'll work.
Are we
Make it
talking,
longer.
the threaded,
And then
or are
take
we
a piece of-
talking,
and then take a piece of copper piping and put it over the top of it so
Or
it looks like
brake
a
line.
copper pipe.
Brake line tubing works real good.
Brake
yeah,
line
brake
tubing.
line tubing works.
So
Or
it'll
if you
slide
just
nice.
need a little bit, all you need to do is get a longer rod end.
Yeah.
Or, I mean,
there's-
if you've got it like that, just throw it on a CNC lathe and make your own.
also you've got,
If you
if
have one.
you don't have access to something like that and you have, you're out in the middle of BFE and you've got to order it online, there's a number of places that do turnbuckles specifically for RC, but if you're needing something that's just totally off the wall and custom, Valmetric.com and McMaster Car are two of the best places to go if you're needing something that's just completely off the wall at a funky length that you can't find at the RC regular spots.
McMaster's
Because
a great
nine times out of 10, they're going to have it.
You also do like a 3D part to make that part wherever it's coming from a little thicker too, or something.
It's for his comp build.
Well,
See,
then you
like-
can do you can make the back for that back's axle to push back. That's what he's trying to do.
The problem with a lot of guys that are not builders don't have a lot of parts. That's the biggest problem I find, and for them to find the parts, it is a headache. Me, I have spacers here. I have 3mm spacers that I can make a little longer, and if I have a link that has a set screw that goes into it, and then I can put my my tie rod and onto it. Sometimes I use a longer screw, and then I put a spacer, and that I can actually extend it that way. But
I'm going to show you all a prime example. All right, you see this link right here. I don't know if you can see it that well. It's the steering link that goes from the slide rack to the front knuckle. All right, you see how it's angled? It shouldn't be like that. This is actually wrong because I haven't done the setup on the front end yet. So obviously this is not the stock chassis. So everything on this is custom. I've had to think through every single step. There was no instructions, no parts bags, no nothing. It showed up in a box. Here's your parts. Have fun.
Mhm.
Okay. So to fix this, I have had to go through Losi, Axial, Arma, Traxxas, Tamiya, you name it. I've searched for parts. And I actually found what I needed to fix this through Losi. They make, you just have to look. You start looking through their cars and their spare parts, and it takes time. It's aggravating as heck, but it can be done. And if you know somebody else that's actually building something similar, they can sometimes be your best resource.
Yeah. And for a link for like a crawler on my SCX10, I can't reach it right now, and I'm not going near it with my bag on. The rear links have got an extension piece on it that's made out of Delrin and a longer grub screw type deal that would go through to go between the link and the rod end.
Pin screw.
Thank you. Brain just didn't want to work. Chemo fog sucks.
It does.
Yeah,
So
and also if you're in a pin, oh,
that.
never mind. Go ahead.
I was gonna say you can do something like that. You can find someone to print you something out of a flexible PLA or something like that for a 3D printer and stretch it out just a little bit if you need that.
I've also I took an SCX10 and I wanted to put the Night Runner body on it. So just in a pinch, instead of ordering new links, I actually put the extended grub or screws in, and then just added washers to the end of the links that were the same diameter to extend the links a little longer.
Yeah. Yeah, washers are good for a short amount. Figure something like the Delrin or something like that for a bigger space.
Yep.
The ones on this
stuff that's flat, G10 works really good because it's fiberglass.
All right. So next question. Should you upgrade anything while you are building?
Again, depending on the vehicle, if it's something that is a known problem, then yes. If not, really just build it out of the box and see how you like it first.
So that means we need to upgrade Chris because he's a known problem.
Wow.
Thank you.
That's how I got on the show. So my rule of thumb that I use for upgrading anything is if I break it twice, I upgrade it to something better.
Yes, I like that. That's a good
Break
rule.
it once, it gets upgraded.
That's
If you break it
Upgrading
once,
building.
it could have just been an accident or something like that. But if I break the same part twice, it gets upgraded to something better.
It depends on what I break, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, for me, what I do, I would upgrade the bearings and a stainless screw kit, stainless steel screws
So,
right off the bat.
you
Yeah,
know,
I do also do that. I upgrade my bearing kits immediately. So
And another thing there too, if you're not sure, you get. I keep referring to Facebook, but this is actually true. Okay, there's groups for pretty much every chassis out there. There's the Vendetta, you name it.
Yeah.
There's a Facebook group centered around that chassis, that kit, that manufacturer, whatever. Go through. You don't have to ask questions. Just go through the posts. All right. When you start seeing your chat, search the chassis or search the kit, and then go through those posts. If people are saying this is breaking all the time, you know what to upgrade as you build.
Yeah,
exactly.
Okay? The other thing is if you're upgrading, just to upgrade because you want it to be better, again, make it targeted. Upgrade to what you want it to do. Don't just throw upgrades at it.
And don't upgrade everything at once, because you might figure out, it's like, all right, I'm gonna get some new tires and a new motor. It may work, it may not work, or shocks, tires, and the motor. Then I just do one thing at a time, and then
if you do too many things, you don't know exactly what part made it do what it. If it does something you don't want it to do, if you put a bunch of upgrades, you don't know which one made it do that thing. Exactly. So if you upgrade one by one, you know exactly what every upgrade is doing to your vehicle.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the drawback sometimes of buying somebody else's car that they've turned into that they've stripped their electronics out of. If they've done upgrades to it, you have no idea how that's going to behave, if it's supposed to behave like that or if it's not.
Yep.
So
Unless
be careful doing that too.
Right. Anything else you want to say? All right, next question. All right. So this one has to be with after you built your vehicle, testing. How should you test your RC the proper way and safe?
Just bash it.
Yep.
Send it.
Curb it.
Curb it.
Send it. Do like Kurt does. Find a curb.
See how strong it is. Run it into a curb.
See how good your build skills are.
The best way to test it is just take it out and do exactly what you want it to do. See how it performs. I mean, if you're building a crawler, take it out to a crawl course, see how it goes. If and then you'll be able to see what you need to upgrade and what you need to change. If you're building a short course truck, throw it on a track, see what it does, and then you know where you need to upgrade and where you need to change things.
Same with the drifter, put it on a track.
Exactly.
So if your rock crawler falls off a cliff that's 2 feet high, upgrade to a 5 foot. Then you can upgrade to a 10 foot. Stop when it starts breaking. That's when you've known you've hit the limit of the.
You've gone too far.
Wait, hold on. What? What? That's crazy talk.
And I think that's exactly what he was going for.
Like Kurt
send
did.
it 94 miles an hour into a curb. See what happens.
I have pictures of
You
what
break
happens.
shit. That's what happens.
Kurt has pictures of what happens. Kurt has video of what happens.
Yeah, I took an XO1 out and raced it against the ZX10. Hit a storm grate and watched that thing disintegrate.
Oof.
It literally disintegrated. So I had to upgrade the whole thing.
Just a little bit. Oy vey.
Yeah.
Now, as far as you get it all together. You haven't even gone outside yet. There are, check your servo. Carefully make sure that the motor's spinning in the right direction. Because as you know, with motors, especially brushless, if it's going faster in reverse than it is in forward, something's wrong. Either the channel's reversed in the transmitter or needs to be reversed in the transmitter, or you got something hooked up backwards.
Yeah.
Okay. Those little things you want to do on the bench before you go outside.
Yeah, you always want to
With
put
no tires on it. Put it on something with no tires on it to test it first.
Exactly.
There you go. Yeah.
Make sure you set your ESC correctly first before the radio.
Exactly.
And if it's a deal that you have where you can go online and do upgrades, automatically do a firmware update on it to always
every time.
Piece.
And even though we're saying all this, we don't do all this all the time. Once you get to a certain point, you're like, all right, let's go.
Some of you might not, but
when you start on your first couple ones, test it out and take the wheels off and just put on a block and just go through everything and see if do a smoke check first.
Yeah.
Throttle calibration is another big one. If you're hooking up a brand new radio, you got to do the throttle calibration, or it's just going to sit there and look at you.
Yeah.
For firmware upgrades, I don't unless it benefits me. So if there's something wrong with the firmware, then I might upgrade. Or if it offers benefits that I need, then I'll upgrade. If not, I don't even bother upgrading firmware in my remote.
Yeah, but see, the thing
That's
of it is-
exactly the response that you don't want to hear. You definitely want to upgrade your firmware because it takes out bugs and things like that you may not even know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's just coming from like a 15-year IT background here. But yeah, you always want to upgrade your firmware regardless of if it helps or not, because there may be bugs in the software that you don't even know, and that
you haven't even come across.
take care of it.
Yeah, because if you don't update, that's like not updating your computer. If you don't update your computer, you get a virus, you're fucked. So yeah, update your firmware because, like he said, it can take out bugs and add new things and take out old things at the same time.
Yep.
Classic one is Mamba X when they upgraded the firmware to add the drag brake.
Yep.
To make it proportional.
Yep. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a benefit.
Also, with the Mamba, they had a fan fix for the temperature. So, I mean, yeah, you want to double check everything there.
Yeah.
Yeah, all functions, steering, everything on the bench, tires off, elevated. The important one is the tires off because those tires hit something, that sucker's launching. It don't matter what direction, it's launching somewhere, and then you're fixing stuff that's broke before you ever even got to run it.
My brother had
I know.
My brother had a Spectrum. My brother had a Spectrum DRX4, and he upgraded the firmware on it. And since that day, all his orange receivers don't work on it. Before they used to work, so only Spectrum receivers now work on it, and not the orange.
I'm only saying firmware for ESCs, not on radios.
Yeah, radios is
same.
I don't mess with the radio firmware or anything like that because of issues like that. I know too many of them. But like for the Castle and the Hobby Wing, always do it because they've got fixes in there for different things. Like I said, with the fan temperature settings and all like that for multiple different ESCs. So it's always a good idea. Just ESC firmware, not a radio firmware.
And that's something I've gotten in the habit of doing on my Mambas is when I log into it, if I'm doing something before, either when I log in or before I back out of it, it gets a firmware check.
Yep. Yep.
And what do you say, Dennis? We haven't heard from you in like 6 questions.
I'm letting you guys talk.
Well, we want to hear the old man talk.
We have permission from the elder.
You did hear the old man talk. Tank spoke.
Oh.
He is older than me.
That's right.
Not much, but yeah, you're right. You're right.
Tank is old and dusty.
Oh no, Tank still has hair.
He's only got two. He's got 2 kids that aren't driving him nuts. No grandkids.
I wouldn't say that.
That sounds like me. 0 kids. That's how it's going to stay.
I've got a daughter that's
Don't say
now in her
that.
3rd year of college and a grandson that she adopted. So
I
yeah,
kids when I moved to Virginia. When my parents
that's why I have no hair.
4 kids.
I pulled it all out.
There.
This is 2 daughters and 5 grandkids.
I can see that.
I don't have no kids unless I don't know about them.
You don't have any kids, Chris.
I don't have no kids. I just don't know about them.
I got enough for Chris. I got 7 kids and 5 grandchildren, so I got enough for Chris. I got enough for everybody in this fucking panel.
You have
you
kids,
say
you
you have
actually have
7
to have
kids?
sex, and we know you haven't done that yet.
They range. I have 16-year-old triplets. I have
Damn.
a 18-year-old son, a 19-year-old son.
Are you sure you're not Mexican? That's part of it.
We keep trying to tell him what causes that, and he doesn't listen.
Yeah, but I like it so much. No, they're all grown. I got my 3 16-year-olds, they're going to college, right? Next year, and they're only in fucking 11th grade, 10th grade. Yeah,
So you got 2 more years.
To 32. So yeah.
Eric, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
With all those kids, how come you don't look like this?
Wait, what? Hold on, I'm in the wrong line.
He's got a hat on.
That's because he's got a hat on, Chris. Yeah, he never takes the hat off.
Oh, I'll never take the hat off.
Oh, don't even go there, Sean. That's cool.
You guys want to see what no kids looks like?
Wait, Josh, how old are you?
33.
Oh, you still got time.
I'll see.
Yeah.
I'm not the youngster here tonight. Yay.
Married a wife that doesn't want kids
Hi,
either.
Dad.
We enjoy money and traveling too much.
You know they go away.
Yeah, but then you have to
If
deal
you
with
believe
them for
that,
18 years
if you
first.
believe that, I got some oceanfront property in Arizona I want to sell you.
No shit.
One of these days, this is all Josh is going to hear. Dad?
Yeah.
Like I said, my
Papa?
wife doesn't want kids. I don't want kids. We enjoy money and traveling way too much.
Who said anything about your wife? It could have been from.
So on top of that, you have red hair, which is a genetic abnormality, and they might come out with 3 eyes.
That's right. That's why I don't have any kids. I know how bad I was as a child. There's no fucking way I'm gonna have kids.
Oh, and let me tell you, when your parents say, "I hope you have kids that are worse than you," I have 7 of them that are worse than me. Jesus, I'm like, Mom, I'm sorry for all the bad shit I did. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
That
Night,
pair
Lyle.
of
Have a
voodoo
good one,
work.
man.
Next question.
Next question. Yes.
Body shell, prep and paint. How do you cut prep? Oh, damn. Prep is 90%. And when you're painting, prep is 90%.
Yep. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter if it's RC cars, real cars, nothing. Prep is 90% of the work.
Yep.
Think about what you're going to do to it first.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Because you got to understand, you're painting, an RC, a Lexan body, you're painting the inside of the body, so you have to paint it in reverse.
Yep.
Don't be shy of using a marker on top of it to actually take notes and like a Sharpie,
Yeah,
because
because
there
it's
is
got
a
an
film
overspray
on top
cover.
of
Yeah,
it.
it's got that
There is a
overspray
film.
thing.
Mm-hmm.
And
And always trim your
Good
body
scissors.
before you paint.
Yes.
Always.
Yes.
Don't
Good
try to
scissors.
paint and then do it. And that's right there, Lexan scissors. Those will be your best friend when it comes to trimming a body.
And then I use this for making body molds.
Yes. Yep. I got one
Body
of those.
reamer.
Yeah,
No,
either a step
this
bit or a
stop.
body reamer.
This
Yep.
stops where I want it instead of the body reamer, which goes too far on me every time.
I
The
use
body
the drill.
reamer it's got numbers on it, man. How do you go too far?
None of
Yeah,
mine do.
my
None
partner
of
has
mine
numbers
do.
on it.
These don't put
stands on
holes
them?
in the bodies. You cannot
Right, you
make a
can get
round hole with the blade.
Yeah, you can get a standard Traxxas body reamer, and it gives you exact diameter and it gives you lines on it. So
Yeah,
if you don't
none
have
the
one of
ones I
those,
have.
I would definitely say spend the $30 on one of those so you can get it exact.
No,
I've
I
got
got my
the-
I got my step drill
Step
from
bits will
Harbor
work.
Freight.
I go
Step
right to
bits will
there,
work.
go right to the
Yeah,
third
step
spot
bit.
there, and that's it. That's all I need. And it's the right size. It goes right over, fits nice and snug, not a lot of slop. So I'll use
Step
that.
bits and reamers aren't that different.
Yeah,
So-
Guru said get straight and curved Lexan scissors.
Exactly.
Because I made the mistake of getting just straight ones. No.
A lot of people
You
use
need to
Use the curved
knife.
ones to cut curves and the straight ones to cut straight.
Yep.
A lot of people use the knife trick to actually score it, and then you snap it off. I don't like doing that.
No.
I
Yeah,
tried
either.
it, but I don't know. I just don't like the knife trick to actually snap off the body parts.
No.
Yeah, same here. I've never been a fan of using the knife to snap stuff off either.
It all depends on where it's at.
Now, the next step, once you've thought out your paint and everything, and the plastic bodies, plastic paint, right? It's called Tammy. It's PS paint. You have to. It's made for plastic. It's made
Lexan.
flexible, even
Not
after it's
plastic,
cured.
Lexan. There's a difference.
Yeah.
So you got to remember that.
Yeah, you definitely want to get the paint for whatever body that you're painting. Absolutely. Like
Right.
sand paint for
That's
Lexan.
There's a trick.
I use auto paint for hard bodies.
You could use adhesion promoter. Yes.
This right
That
here
works.
will make any paint stick on Lexan. Any paint.
It'll stick, but it doesn't make it flexible like the actual Lexan paint, though. So you still take into effect that it's going to crack and things like that if the body bends too much. That's the only downside I've seen with that.
I've never had mine crack.
You come out to the ditch, your body crack.
Hit a curb. Your body.
That's
cracks.
what happened to this body right here. See how it's blue and black? I used adhesion promoter when I did the blue, and it all cracked off. So then I went back with Lexan black.
Was that a Mazda body?
Just looks like it's
Yeah.
beating the shit now.
Is that Mazda?
No, it's a old Proline Toyota body.
Okay, I looked up as you were putting it down, so I couldn't tell.
The other thing that you got to remember too is something else. Pearls and clears, or pearls and candies are translucent. Okay?
Yeah.
So when you use a pearl or a candy, you're going to hold it up to the light, you're going to be able to see through it, even after 3 or 4 coats to some degree. So
Yep.
it has to be backed to really make the color pop. But you have to think
Yep.
about what you're backing it with, because if you, let's say you take a red candy, you paint a body, and you back it with white, you're going to end up with pink.
Yep, you got
So
to
you
back
have
that
to-
with black.
You gotta back that with black.
Or
or
silver.
red, or,
Yeah,
or
or
something, a bright color of some kind. You
Red
have to
candy,
think about-
you back it with gold.
Or gold.
Yeah, or silver, depending on the tune you want to go for.
It just
No.
it just depends on the effect you're wanting to create. But
Let's jump back before the paint, though.
Take,
yeah, the paint
You
top,
have
the
to
top
prep the
layer,
body
your
correctly.
outermost layer goes on first.
You have to prep the body correctly first.
Yeah,
Well, I
And
thought
that
backer
is
meant putting it on the
Hot
back.
soapy water, rinse it good, let it air dry.
some people take 1500 grit or something like that, and they rough the body up.
You don't have to do that.
You
Yeah,
don't have
do
to.
that.
Clean it really well with Dawn dish soap. Rinse it really well. Let it air dry until there's no water left. Wipe it down with a lint-free cloth.
right there,
And then paint.
blue shop towels.
Blue shop towels.
And then
Blue shop
As
towels.
long
you
as
can
it's
start
lint-free,
paint
it works.
after it's all washed.
Right.
You can paint right over it because the paints now, they actually adhere to the Lexan better
Yeah.
than they used to.
And when you're cleaning the body and you see a red or other color material coming on your rag or whatever, that's a good thing.
Oh!
That's the mold release agent that they put on the Lexan at the manufacturer to get it off the form.
And that's
You
what the
wanna get
Dawn
all
dish
that
soap is for
garbage off
getting off.
before you paint it.
If you see red on the rag when you're washing something, you need to throw that rag away.
No. No, every time I've done a Proline body, I use the shop towels, and it comes off with a reddish pink little dusting of stuff on the rag.
Yeah, it'll have a small little residue on it.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
when you see that, don't freak out. That's a good thing. You're getting
Yeah,
the
you
stuff
want
off.
that off of there. You leave that on the Lexan and your paint's coming off.
Yep.
It
Get
don't
in
matter
the
what
corners
paint you
real
use.
good.
Super glue will come off a freaking mold release.
Yeah. Yeah, get in the corners real good. Just,
And when you're washing it, use a soft cloth. You don't want to scratch the inside of that Lexan because that's once it's scratched, it's there.
that's why
Especially after you paint over it.
Microfiber all the way.
Yes.
Exactly.
And wear rubber gloves because the
Yeah.
oils on your hand are the worst oils in the world.
Especially for paint,
Yes.
Yep.
That just like Drew
fresh
said,
paint.
make sure you wash your.
And then when you're painting, understand something. It's just like spray painting anything else. All right. If you've never painted before, use some scrap Lexan and practice. Get the speed of the move, especially if you're using rattle cans to paint with. Get your speed down, get your distance down, everything, because otherwise you're going to end up with pools and runs.
And light
And
coats.
Practice on the piece of scrap.
multiple light coats.
Yep.
And the last thing I'm going to talk about on that one is when you're masking. Okay, you're masking something off. You're putting the paint mask on the windows, what have you. You think you've got it all down. No, you don't. Get you a credit card, a soft drywall, something soft, bendable plastic, and rub over the top of that masking. Get all the air bubbles out. Make sure all the edges are down. Otherwise, it's going to run under your masking, and you're going to be upset.
Yep.
The most important thing that everybody forgot to mention, you apply your dark colors first.
Yep.
You go from dark to light, otherwise your dark colors will bleed through your light colors and cause a lot of headache.
Unless you're wanting that effect with a candy or a pearl.
True.
And if you think you've painted it wrong when you're up close to it, use a 6-foot rule, because usually that's how far people are when they look at a vehicle. Because you can look up at it close and say, "Oh, I fucked this, I fucked that." I use a 6-foot rule. If it looks good from 6 feet, hey, I didn't do too bad of a job.
Yep. I always use the good from far, but far from good.
Yep.
The only time that doesn't apply is if you're building something for scale competition, to where they're judging the appearance of the vehicle as well as the functionality. And in that case, if I was doing something like that, I'd hire a professional painter.
Yeah,
I wouldn't even try to paint it.
Yeah, somebody's gonna paint that body for me.
Yeah. I'd be hitting the good body shop in town saying, "Hey, bud, I need a favor."
Send it to Chris Cannon.
Yeah.
My wife surprised me when I got home from the hospital.
Uh-oh.
I can bring one thing in, but I have to tell you. Oh no, wait! I can bring both of them in because I opened the box.
Uh-oh.
I think he's in trouble or causing trouble no matter what, but that's beside the point. Oy vey. This is going to be a pain in the rump.
I was looking for an old Ford truck body. My wife bought me a 1979 Ford F-250 Super Cab.
Nice.
So I
We
think
can put that on.
I don't know yet. I don't
Now,
know yet.
for whoever was asking about the paint and body stuff, someone has asked me to do a video on that, and I will be doing a video at some point.
Nice.
Nice.
That's not going to fit in your.
Now, I'm not the greatest painter, okay? And I'll warn you that now. But I do, I don't do flashy designs and stuff, but what I do does tend to be decent. But I will go through step by step. And it will actually have to be the wife holding the camera, so Kurt won't make fun of me in my camera shots.
I got one I've still got to paint.
I was gonna say you got to learn how to turn the camera.
What was I gonna put that on?
Yeah, the wife's
that's
gonna be holding the camera on that one because it's a body
What is
shoot
that one gonna
for the
be?
Flash. So she just got to get the body first.
It's a bomber body.
This?
Yeah.
No. That's a 41 Willys.
Yeah. that's
Yeah, what
bad.
are you putting that on? A crawler or what?
I would say a drag chassis.
See, I
That's a
should put my
drag body
drifter
all
with that.
day long.
Yeah.
I should do a drifter
You
with
put it
that.
on a crawler, that would look fucking sick.
Yeah, but it won't fit. Too short, too narrow.
Will it fit your drag chassis?
I don't have a drag chassis.
Oh, I thought you
No.
did.
I do.
No.
Send it to me.
Not
Is that a 180 body?
touring car size, anyways.
What's the wheelbase on that, Brett?
Standard touring car.
Touring car? Yeah.
Yeah.
190.
So about 260 to 270.
190 to
200
200.
wide, and about 255, 260, something like that. Yeah.
Swampers, I got so many projects behind me, it's not even funny. I got one sitting right here. Only thing I'm waiting on is a new body. I got another body that I ordered. I'm making my.
Is it a younger body?
You walked into that one, Eric, and you know
Sounds
it.
That
Yeah,
moves a little
open
better.
mouth, insert foot.
Arrow.
That's a long wait.
69 HPI, or no, that's the Losi.
Yeah, it's the Losi Camaro body,
I like that.
69.
It's okay. I'd rather it be a 68. I
How old
just
you
like that
want?
better.
69 RSSS all day long.
We had a 68 that we put an Olds 330 in, and nothing would touch
Oh, y'all
it.
talking about cars. Oh, my
Yeah.
bad.
All right. And the last question.
Are you
Do the
sure?
last question. Did we miss anything?
Yeah,
Oh,
not
yeah.
really.
Yeah, everything.
The basics. I mean, I think a lot of getting the RC hobby, it's all about just imagination, being creative.
You got feedback again, Chris.
It's
You
your
gotta
hobby.
be like,
You do
hell,
what you wanna do.
sometimes you gotta be a scientist, you gotta be a manufacturer. I mean, it all depends on, and especially what you want to do. When it comes to crawling, man,
Nice.
I need those seats for this, man. Right here.
That's actually what they're for. Is for my DR5 or DR5 D5, whatever it is.
Or those. Either one.
Mine have seat belts, Dennis. They're cooler.
Mine recline. Fuck you.
Yeah, mine don't do that.
But yeah, he's right, guys. This is your hobby. There is no right or wrong. It's what's right or wrong for you. So if you're trying something that nobody else has tried, I don't care if you're receiving flack for trying something new, come find me. Because I've received flack for trying something new when it comes to RC planes. If I'm used to it, I will gladly back you up. All right?
When it all comes down to
I
it,
will
if
too.
you like it, that's all that matters.
exactly.
If we don't advance the hobby if we don't try new stuff.
Everybody has their own eye. Everyone has their own likes. It's
Exactly.
all on how you want it to look and how you want to build it.
Hell, I had a friend of mine tell me yesterday that
You
my
have those?
3D printed chassis won't work.
Yeah, those.
He says,
Friend of mine tell you,
PLA is going to bend. Well, maybe that's a plus for me and not you.
there's certain applications where chassis flex is a good thing.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I told him. But he said, no, not in crawling. I said, oh, really? Okay. I guess you don't watch a lot of crawling on TV then.
Right. This is one of my favorite crawler bodies right here.
The bug. No, that's not a bug. Yeah, that's a bug.
Yeah.
The Proline Baja Beetle.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the body that my wife wants for her Slash.
I've got that one.
I love this body.
I can't get to them. Where'd they go?
Speaking of kits, I might have to order me a kit.
Uh-oh.
What you need?
No,
I got a bunch of
because
kits in
I don't
stock
have,
already.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, Dennis. That's dope.
I don't have a chassis to put my truck on.
Hey, that's not competition spec, though. You ain't got a bumper on it.
There's a bumper right there.
That don't
But
count.
it's not the width of the tires.
It doesn't have to be the width of the tires. It can't be any wider than the windshield, and it has to only be so much inside.
Well, I'm not even sure that's the width of the windshield. You might have to put a couple coat hangers on that one.
This isn't built to Sorca, so this is a
Don't ever say that.
Bingo right
That's a
there.
bad word around me. Don't ever say that S word around me.
Yeah.
Is that the Bronco R body?
Yes,
Yeah.
Nice.
that's meant for a Slash, but I actually put it on a Gen 8
Gen 8.
Predator
The car body. Yeah.
UGRC
That's
Predator.
that's a really bad thing to know because I have one of those at the shop and that looks dope.
That really looks good. It fits nice.
Yeah, it does.
What wheelbase is your Red Cat?
That's the regular wheelbase for the Red Cat. Just
Shit.
313.
All right. Well, I guess I know that I'm bringing one of those home tomorrow.
Yeah.
It fits perfectly. It's gonna look cool
Sucker.
once I'm done.
Yeah, that looks really dope.
Yeah,
I like
that,
that a
Really
lot.
good.
I haven't seen any of them, so don't finish painting it before I do because I
Oh,
haven't
it'll be
seen
done
it
tomorrow.
yet. Everybody's doing the narrow body for the comp truck and all that, so me, I decided to go something different. So,
Yeah, I'm gonna have
and
to
I'm
throw
set
some
up on Zoom. But it
spastic
looks good
pearl
when
paint
it's
on that thing.
Yeah.
That looks
it looks
sick,
good when
right?
it's tucked in.
Oh, and
Bronco.
Dennis with the Bronco.
Hmm.
Yeah, I had one of those.
Nice.
It's an original HPI body.
I like that a lot.
Works on 12.3 to about an 11 and a half wheelbase.
Jesus Christ, Tank, are you sitting in a hobby shop? What
Yes,
the
he is.
fuck?
He is
Yes.
basically.
No.
I said basically.
Yeah, that looks like my hobby shop in town. What the fuck?
Nice. Skyline body.
This used to be my home theater room, which I converted into my RC room. So
Oh, so you just have a hobby shop at home? I see.
yeah.
Okay.
So I got a lot of stuff all over the place.
You got a couple
That's the guy you call
I
when
need
you
more
got
room.
that part you can't find from 1960. It's in there somewhere.
It's
Tank's
here
got
somewhere.
it. Yeah.
Either he's got it, I've got it, or I know where to get it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Where's everyone in chat?
They're still hanging out. Probably just got stale.
Tank
Yeah.
could build 9 crawlers and never have to leave the room.
Right? No shit.
I could do 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might could put 2 more together with the parts that I got, but holy shit. It looks like he's still got stuff new in the box.
Oh yeah,
This
does.
thing is
Oh, that's a
fast.
badass body right there.
This thing is
That is a
fast.
badass body.
I wish they made that in a 300 wheelbase. I really do.
Oh, yeah?
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Hey, the
Sean.
old Radio Shack shit is worth a whole lot of money, Sean.
Oh, don't get Sean started. Don't get him started.
Oh, crap. Now you say that, I've got to take pictures of all my X mods and all that, post it all up again, and the other stuff that didn't sell this weekend.
If you have an Integra X mod, send me a message or let me know because I will
You
buy
mean the
that.
black one, the RSX?
No, the DA9 Integra, the old Integra.
Yeah,
Not
those
the
never
RSX.
showed up in Arizona at all.
Yeah. I've been looking for one of those for years.
Those are actually a Japan only deal anymore.
This is a crawler body put on a Tamiya car, on-road pan car.
Oh, that looks sick.
Wait a minute.
That looks like a
And I-
factory 5.
That does
It
look like a
looks like
factory
it, but it's
product,
not.
yeah.
This is a Parma old body,
With the
but
top end job.
with a
I
lot
like
of
the light
mods,
bar on
full
the front. That's
interior in
badass.
there. I made an interior, dropped the bed, put steel things in the back.
Real wood.
Wide,
Wait.
I made the chassis longer, wide wheels in the back, all 3D printed with steel machined wheels in the front and rear.
Nice.
That's a fun little truck.
That's badass. I bet you it hauls ass too.
It's not bad. This is my favorite one.
That's cool.
Yeah.
The bug.
It's even got the roof on it.
I
Does it
really
split in half?
hope
See, that's scale building at its finest right there, y'all. That's good shit.
beep, beep. Oh,
I still want to do an interior on this.
You still need to have where the back half comes off, like in the movie.
Yes, I'm working on that. And here's where I'm going to do the magic electromagnet.
Oh, nice.
So this is actually going to hold the 2 parts together. And on this side, there's part 1, part 2. There's 2 different chassis there to make that happen. And I'm really thinking hard of making it happen.
Nice. You should. That'd be awesome.
Use the Akita button, the camera.
I wonder if Josh would be interested in some other X-Mod stuff, because I got a bunch of it too.
I don't even know what y'all talking about.
there we go.
The true Radio Shack shit.
Oh, okay.
Where? You talking about the 4 totes I got over there? I I just got these 2 bug bodies left. But yeah, for X mods, just in here right now.
Chris, you see what Sean put in?
Yeah.
That's another custom one I did.
We'll make sure
I
we're
had to-
done by 11.
I had to widen the body with styrene.
Funny.
Yeah, that's nice.
This one turned out pretty good also.
Yeah. Hey Josh, you want X mods? That's all I've got out here right now.
Nice. Which
I got-
models are they?
Subaru NSX, the 350Z, and the 65
Where's he at?
Mustang.
We're looking at a cabinet and a door.
No. No.
What,
Yeah, I've been really looking for one of those Integras because I have an actual Integra.
Cool. Yeah, no, that one is very hard to find. You've got to find that one overseas normally.
The RSX?
Acura.
No, the regular Integra. They did do a version of it.
Civic R.
And then I got the Shitsubishi.
Ooh, I actually would be interested in the Mitsubishi. That's cool. The Mad Max truck.
Yeah.
The Tamiya Subaru Brat made
Looks
into
dirty.
a Mad Max car.
Clean it.
I
Yeah.
had one of those Brat bodies that I cut up and put on my bomber.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
I've got a couple of these bodies, Josh.
Yeah, I've got a couple of the RSX bodies.
I've got a couple of the RSX. I got a couple of the Shitsubishis. I got the 2 of the police cars.
I've got 3 of the orange Corvettes. I've got 2 of the blue newer style Mustangs. I've got 2 or 3 of the Nissan trucks. I've got 2 or 3 of the Hummer trucks.
Oh, that Corvette?
Fords. Yeah, I've got like 4 of those bodies and 3 runners.
Hey, I got Hot Wheels, Matchbox.
Right? Legos.
I said, hold on.
Yeah, we won't break up the Hot Wheels and all.
Oh, hold on, because I think Chris will probably like, or Josh will probably like this.
Boom.
Good Lord.
What is it? Oh yeah, that's cool.
What are you, in a fucking hobby store?
Nope, this is my RC room.
Oh, that's what happened to Toys R Us.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Now, if you have a lot of the old alcohol and tobacco Hot Wheels that are unopened,
Those are worth.
they're worth big money.
Yep.
Big money. The original Gold Bandit NASCAR is around 250 to 275 right now.
Yeah.
Damn.
Right. There you go, Dennis.
I got a
I got
Hot
one of
Wheels
those.
collection of about at least 1,000 cars.
Here, Josh.
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go.
Tank with a tank.
Tank with the
Boy,
tank.
this tank has a big ass tank.
That's a
That's a
big ass
Tamiya,
tank.
or not the Tamiya, but the
That's a Henlong.
Hello.
This one that has all the metal upgrades on it. This is the full upgraded kit.
Hey, Robert.
What's up?
Hey, Josh.
Yes, sir.
What's up, 907?
Ooh,
How about that?
that's pretty dope.
Even got the fat tires on the back.
Man, you guys are gonna make me get divorced.
No, I've got.
There, it could be yours.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll
You see
trade
this?
you this nice dope ass Goodyear sign for it.
You see this big tote that I've got right down here, right?
That's all X mods.
No, I have 2 totes like that in the other room. That's all XMod stuff.
Jesus Christ, bro.
Oh, I forgot to tell you, she got me wheels too.
Is that for your walker?
You know what, Chris? You should be talking to Hank and Dennis about that shit.
Hey, won't you send those wheels to Dennis so that way he can move around mobile?
No,
Hey, I
Dennis
can
needs to
actually
hover
use
around.
those for the front of my wheelchair.
I don't need a walker. I walk around just fine. My knees are good.
It's just everything else that's fucked.
And my hips are good too.
You know, Dennis and Tank got their little hover rounds.
Yeah.
They probably souped them up.
Brushless.
Oh, yeah.
I got 2 wheelchairs and a bunch of walkers, including one with wheels.
They got that deluxe model. Always has the air tank on the back.
All right, hang on. Let me get one of these trucks in the other room.
Oh, so I
Speaking
went
of
to
the
Hobby Lobby
silliness,
yesterday.
if you ever have a chance to go to Las Vegas, check out the Las Vegas Wheelchair Mafia. It's an actual thing. They ride around on hover rounds with fucking underglow and all kinds of shit. It's hilarious.
That sounds like something Dennis would do.
They call themselves the LV Mafia.
Shit, I want to do that.
I stole one of the license plates off of one of their hover rounds because I couldn't not do it because it said LV Mafia.
All right, guys, I got to go ahead and bail out. I'm going to leave y'all with this.
All right.
You're not doing RC right unless your wife's email signature says she is an RC widow and she has found a support group. Y'all have a good night.
Later, Troy.
Later.
See ya.
Oh, shit. Oop. Damn. Thief.
This is the tag they run on all of their fucking wheelchairs.
Thief.
That's pretty bad when they have like 1905 to 2005.
Okay, I just brought in trucks.
Oh, Lord.
Homer set up a street.
I've got that body with the back end cut off and made like a pickup. I sold that one.
Okay.
Oh, I gotta check my
Nissan set up for street.
Dope.
I didn't have that one.
Hold on. Nissan set up 4x4 off road. Then the blue Ford truck, pretty much stock.
Had that one, sold that one.
And then
Yeah. So,
my custom crawler one.
I'm definitely gonna be trading you this Bruiser and probably the other one for a couple of those in that bozo body.
Well, all the X-Mod stuff needs to go away. So,
well, we can definitely make a deal, sir.
We will figure something out.
Hey.
Because this is not, like I said, this is just the trucks. This isn't the cars that I have or all the parts. Or the carrying bag. Or this or that. So
I got a question. Are them cars kind of like the ones I have where you pull back and you let go and they go?
No.
No, you got to
Not
push
that
them.
one. It's
You
the
got to
one
push
you
them and
got
get
to
them
put-
rolling. And
Or
then
the-
let go.
You gotta pull the cord and let it go.
They're like the Beyblades of RC.
yeah. But
Oh, we were talking about big wheels last night. Oh my goodness. I
you
might
got
get
4x
me
on that? No, that's only 2-wheel drive. But yeah, I've got all sorts of stuff. I've got the silver RSX body instead of the black one still in the package. So I've got all sorts of
Anybody got a crawler kit they're willing to depart with?
I got a SCX-10 kit at the shop.
Yeah,
The raw builder's kit.
Yep.
nice. I got one at the shop.
Let
out
me
here.
guess, $299, right?
250.
250.
I think they did drop it, didn't they?
250
They-
shipped.
I run everything at MAP price at my shop, so whatever you see it for on their website is what you get it for at my shop.
I already got two 10-2s. I want something different.
Well, what you want, I can get it in.
I can get it in. That's the thing. I'm trying to figure out what I want.
Globe liner.
Get one of the element kits. Those things are fucking dope.
They're nice kits. They go together
That's
nice.
what Guru was telling me. The Element Ecto.
Yep.
Ecto's a good truck, right out of the box.
No, I don't need it. I don't need an RTR. I just need the kit.
I'm saying in general, the parts that are in the box, even for the kit, they're an awesome deal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can literally use all the stock parts out of the element kit and have a great crawler.
Yeah, those shocks are amazing. Sometimes they're a little long, but the shock themselves are awesome, and they do have different sizes available.
Now I run their drive shafts on pretty much everything. The element drive shafts, the plastic ones.
Those are beefy.
All right, guys, I'm going to let you go. Outback Jack is online, and he invited me to his stream. So I'm gonna leave you
Yeah,
guys.
I got that too. So
Yeah.
All right, Tank.
Later, Tank. Nice to meet you, bro.
It was a nice stream. Very good questions that you asked tonight. This was great that you come up with a subject and you get everybody involved. It's cool.
Thank you.
What's up, Tank? You're gonna want to get in my raffle. Yeah.
And we'll see you later.
The crazy.
Yeah, I got to look into that and send you some money. Is there?
Oh, well, you
still
want to see? So I'll show you really quick before you leave. This, I'm changing up the prizes, so this is going to be the first prize.
oh, nice.
Brand new, in the box. Not even plastic open. or
Nice.
anything. It's going to be that. It's going to be a Phoenix, and it's going to be that, a Phoenix, and SEX 10-3 Bronco.
Nice.
cool?
You heard it here
I'll look
first.
into that tomorrow.
Did you sell the Hummer already?
Huh? No, so
So
the
Hummer?
first 40 people can still choose either between the Hummer or the XT4.
I'll take a Hummer any day.
But
But I'll take a Hummer.
Same,
Oh,
man.
okay.
Same.
See you later.
All right, later.
Later, Tank.
later, Frank.
Take care, Tank.
Yeah, because now the winter, the weather's changing. I'm not going to get time to paint that fucking thing. So I might as well put it up for the raffle. I got so many other builds to do. It's like fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Is it on StreamYard for some reason? My camera seems like it's a million miles away.
It's probably because I got it out. The pictures spread it out.
No, the picture looks even smaller. Even like
Yeah. So
yeah, there are. But when you go like that, yeah, it's weird.
yeah.
Yeah,
Because
that's weird.
StreamYard
So they
sucks
chopped
ass.
off half. It gives me a big, huge black stripe down. That's weird.
Yeah.
Sean, how many spots you got left on the raffle?
Well, because I'm putting that in the raffle, I'm gonna to pay for the shipping for everything. I'm gonna have to put it back up to like 100 spots instead of the 80. I'll put it back up to 100, and but it's still only like 50 spots left down there. So it's pretty much halfway, but it's just completely stalled. So I'll just get the raffle done. So it's gonna be the BRX03 Bronco. So it's gonna be the Bronco. So it'll be that Bronco. It'll be the Phoenix, the Bronco, and the XT4. That'll be the same deal, $20 a ticket, or 6 tickets for $100. So, and if you buy multiple tickets, there's a chance you could go home with all 3. So,
Cool.
you
Damn it.
know, which even one ticket, any one of them 3 trucks for $20 if you won, is a hell of a deal.
Yeah.
20
Right,
bucks for
it's got-
600.
What's that?
$20 for a $600 truck, not a problem.
Hey,
Yeah.
right?
That's it. Brand new too. It's not even. I only unboxed it. That's all I done. Haven't even looked at it ever since that. So
Right.
it just sat there. So I was like, you know what? Let me throw that in the mix. But I'll put the video up tomorrow with a. I'll put the video up tomorrow with like the PayPal link underneath the video.
All right, cool.
Do I want straight axles or do I want portals?
All right.
Because it's already like became a shelf queen. I haven't even fucking.
Yeah.
How long ago have I got that? You actually, where's the one you have built, Dennis, so people can actually see what it looks like built?
Got a motor, yeah.
I still got to wipe the mud off of it.
It is a really cool truck. It comes with all the inner fenders, everything. Comes with all them gas tanks, everything. Aluminum beadlocks, all that.
Everything that's on here is right out of the kit except for the tonneau cover and the guy in there, and of course the floor mat in there. I made that.
Yeah, and then your engine bay is really cool, like too. So.
Yeah, the light bar on the front bumper doesn't come with it. That was extra.
There's the engine bay it comes with and everything like so.
Damn, Dennis.
Damn.
I'm about to step on my game.
It comes with that engine bay. Like you just gotta paint the engine bay.
Yep.
So it comes with that and everything like stuff.
And the hood actually has a regular hood release that once you close it.
Yeah, that's the way my that's the way my LC70 is. You got to push a button. And this
Comes with a full light kit. Comes with the motor, 2-speed transmission, locking discs, steel beadlock wheels.
That's it. Like if you walk away with that for $20, you're done fucking damn good.
And it is heavy. It is a heavy truck.
How much does yours weigh?
This is all stock, so I'm saying right around 12 to 13 pounds.
Oh shit!
Hey Josh, see if we can see this.
907. There's like 50 spots there. That's why
that gives you an idea of some of what I have. That's not everything.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I'm changed up the rigs 907 because it's like just the raffle just stalled. So I figured people didn't want the SX10 or the Hummer, like so. But the first 40 people that entered, because they entered on the first part, if they want, they could have the Hummer or the XT4, whichever one.
Nice.
But anyone after them 40, it'll just be the 3 rigs I'm offering up right now.
Okay, cool. All right.
That's a good view, Eric. The back of your head. Definitely better than the front.
Oh.
I was like a friend of mine gets so pissed one time.
Ginger.
Yeah, like a friend of mine gets so pissed one night because his new girlfriend, and he's like, "Oh, you might know her," and I was like, "What's she like from behind?" And he's like, "Oh, you cheeky bastard!" He was going fucking mental, and like so.
Yeah, you have any pictures of the top of her head?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, guys, I'm gonna start ending the stream here, so we're gonna say our goodbyes. So, Kurt.
Thanks for having me on, Chris. Everybody have a great night.
All right. Eric.
Thanks for inviting Chris. I had a great time. Don't forget to hit that like button on your way out. Thumbs up, baby.
Like.
All right. AZ Froggy.
Well, thanks for the invite, Chris. Everyone have a good night. Good rest of the week. Stay safe.
All All right. Sean's RC Adventure.
Chris, glad I caught the end of it. I've been in the chat all night. I've just been busy as hell. So
That's all good.
I'll stay for a little bit of after show anyway. So
Yeah.
always good to catch it when I can, you know.
Oh yeah, I appreciate it. Josh.
Yeah, like everybody else said, Chris, thanks for the invite, man. Had a great time as always. Topic was on point tonight, and yeah, subscribe and hit that like button, guys.
Subscribe, like, and share.
All right, and Dennis.
Thanks, Chris, for doing this. It's always fun. Nice to meet new people. Josh, even though he hasn't been around long, he still likes to fuck with people. But
Absolutely, got to.
He's gonna fit right in.
Oh yeah.
thanks everybody for hanging out. Appreciate it. And if you haven't hit that thumbs up, do it for Chris. Support his channel. He can use all the help he can get right now.
Yep.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, he does need help.
He's more than a thumbs up.
Yep. And lastly for myself, thanks everybody in the panel and in the chat and everybody watching. I hope that tonight you kind of walked away with some kind of bit of knowledge on kit builds and what to do and all that good stuff. So, and thanks for tuning in and everything. So it's been fun hanging out with you guys and doing the topics and stuff. Because I do the topics just to make the stream more interesting and fun and also educational. So we're learning something as we're
Nice. People gotta get their Fahrenheit somehow.
Yeah. So
Right.
I learned some shit today, so thanks a lot, Chris.
Oh yeah. So, all right. Well, I'll see y'all next week, hopefully. So everybody take care.
See you next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday it is.
That's right. Next Tuesday at 9. Everybody tune back in.
Yeah.
I'll see you next Tuesday.
I'll see. Yeah.
Put 'em-
All right. Later.